Let's call the meeting of the Delaware County Regional Wastewater District, October 4th, 2023 to order. Penny, will you call the roll, please?
Pete,
Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Bill,
Present.
Ray,
Present.
Brenda,
Yes.
All right, minutes of previous meeting, September 6th, 2023. Has everybody had a chance to review? So I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a first and a second. Any changes, additions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Approved? Treasurer's report.
Account balances is as of September 29th, 2023, cash operating balance, $420,000. That has not changed. I've been treasurer for like 18 months and it hadn't changed. Actually, I think it's not even a penny. So just so you're aware. Improvement fund balance, $2,373,285.14. And we did receive the Daleville transfer, tip transfer of $9,411 for September 2023. Claims, totaling $171,270.40. I would make the motion to approve the claims and approve the financial report.
Second. First and second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Approved. New business funding, debt service account for the new bond, $184,324. Danielle, would you like to address any of this or?
this is what was brought up when we were discussing last time. Jennifer's recommendation is that we fund this from the improvement fund upfront. And I think that may have been kind of how everybody was thinking, in line with Jennifer, but we need to actually make a motion and ratify that decision.
I would make the motion that we approve the upfront funding of the debt service account for the new bond in the total of $184,324. That money is to come out of the improvement fund balance.
Okay. I have a first and second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Approved. Jason.
Got a couple things to hit on for this month. I talked with the realtor today. Closing's still moving forward. We've had an appraisal out for 2 weeks that's been ordered. Still waiting to get back to that, so they can set a closing date and get that all taken care of. I think we kind of discussed giving Bill the leeway in the next meeting, in the last board meeting, if that appraisal comes in cheaper, that there might be some back and forth there. So got 2 new pumps installed that were previously approved in past board meetings and some of our lift stations, new rail systems over in the Delville area. Still waiting on some materials to get in to complete another lift station upgrade over in the Delville area with a new panel and 2 new pumps. We're hoping that comes in next week. Collections last month, we were sitting at $1,020.53 over the entire service area. As of the beginning of the week, we are sitting at $29.88.90. So it's up a little bit. Letters were just being handed out today, and that number should really see itself come down and kind of be in line where it was last month. We spoke with, been having some back and forth with Commonwealth, and we can't actually set a pre-construction date on the Rorton job until we have the closing. Closing's tomorrow. So what we're kind of been throwing around is the week of the 10th, get 10th, 11th, or 12th, get the pre-construction meeting for the Rorton job taken care of. And also Overlook Drive, I've been out to a couple of households, got some, had some back and forth where some locations, preferred locations would be for these new pits. I've had 2 residents reach out because they're looking to do some additional yard work and stuff in their yard. So I'm gonna get that back to Commonwealth and see if we can accommodate that bit. The pre-bid meeting for Overlook Drive is the 9th of this month. Then we're having the bid opening the 19th. So that's it had to be spread out that way just for the stay compliant. One of the things that we got notified of this week as well, which the board would be happy to hear, our IDEM compliance schedule was closed out on the Westbrook job, so we went that entire year of staying compliant on, with no overflows in that, with that job, so that agreed order is closed out, so that's awesome to see that finally being taken care of.
Were we fined for any of that? And
No.
historically, over the
Nope,
90 years of overflows, we weren't fined.
nope,
Congratulations on getting it done anyway. It needed to be done and,
Yep.
and everything else,
Yep.
so.
and agreed. That is all I got.
Danielle?
Jason brought up the closing on the Farm Bureau building. Because they are quickly approaching on the time set forth in the purchase agreement, in their offer, we technically gave Jason permission to work with him in the meantime. I don't know if you guys want to make a motion to approve a short extension if they need to go over that. You know, we obviously don't want to lose the offer and have no problem, I assume, with them going over a little bit because it's out of their control. They've ordered the appraisal a couple weeks ago and they're just at the whim of the company doing that. I don't know that it's required, but I don't know that it's a bad idea.
Is a
to-
month, is a month enough? I mean, and we could always do another one next month if we
I
had
would
to.
sure think so. But I guess just for me, always
Why
trying to
don't you
be,
just go 60 days? I mean, we're not going, I mean, this is
Yeah.
the best offer. We're gonna negotiate. If it's not, then I will bring it back to the board. You know what I mean?
And
I
if
mean,
something comes
it's-
up-
It's just about getting the appraisals.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
their
I mean, I get
information, and
it,
It's,
right?
it's stuff they're waiting
Right.
on. They're not even negotiating.
my thought was just making sure, you know, the board is on the same page to say, hey, if they need a couple more weeks, if they need 3-4 weeks, that's no problem.
Now, when's the contract up?
November
November
first.
1st.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't want to go any more than 30 days because I'd like it to be done before the end of the year.
Your guys' motion, I just am throwing that out there.
I haven't made a motion, so you go ahead, Joe, and I'll second whatever you're gonna do.
I would like to make a motion to extend the contract, for a 30-day period, which would make it what,
If
December?
requested.
If needed to December, well, whatever 30 days is.
First and,
Yeah, second.
I got a first and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed? Sweet.
There is a mortgage foreclosure on, I don't know if it's Keen or Kine, Kine, that Davy sent to me. I have an appearance and an answer done. I didn't get a chance to file it before I came, but it's sitting on my desk signed and ready, so we'll get that filed today. We're talking about, $162 account that is outstanding, I think. It's 155, but with penalties, I think it's 162-ish. But just to keep you guys aware that I'll be filing that just to preserve your ability to get paid on that. I think we're still waiting on an engagement letter from Kim Blanchett at Barnes and Thornburg on the Royerton bond. They were supposed to have sent that over. I just asked Jason an hour ago and he said we didn't have it, so him or I, one, can email and follow up on that, but if you guys were wondering why you hadn't seen it, we don't have it yet. We've still got Maxitrol quote tabled, just as a reminder. Jennifer is holding on looking at how to maybe properly invest our money until after the closing tomorrow, so that's still on the table. Triple K Homes, Jason and I were able to go down last month, or well, a couple weeks ago, I guess, because it was after the special meeting. And after an extensive search and discussion, we have an easement that satisfies downstairs and it is recorded. And so Overlook is completely done with easements as far as we are aware. You want to talk about doing an appreciation dinner by the end of the year,
Yes.
potentially second week of December?
Yes, if you all would. I mean, if you remember what we did last year, I talked to her, I'd like to do it again, the appreciation dinner. Penny, this time I would like to look for a banquet room or something in a restaurant that we can have a sit down and more of our own little private party. I mean, that there was there, but I'd like to go to more of a restaurant style. if we could. So if you could work with that and maybe put out a doodle poll. I mean, I know everybody's busy. It's a holiday and we go into it, but we did it last year. Put out something, you know, for that second week and let's see where everybody has some collaboration and then try and put something together in November so we're ready to do it in
What
December.
if we don't like Penny?
Sorry about your luck. You can stay home by yourself. The rest of us
That
will enjoy
one guy will
ourselves.
be there too.
We'll-
Need a vote on this one
Yeah,
right now.
we'll take your share. We won't, it won't
You
bother.
acted
We
like
have a
you're
good time.
My friend.
It doesn't matter.
Your wife
There you
can still come though.
Yeah, my wife can still come.
Yeah. So Penny, I'll work with you on that, but if you can get started like you did last year and we'll see get some choices out there and then let's me and you work on that together. All right?
The other guy will be there? Is that what you?
The other guy.
The other guy will be
Yeah.
there? Okay, that's good.
The last reminder I have is the hardship.
Okay, yes.
Anything, but that can come up in committee time. I just had it down as. a
Well, I mean,
note to bring up.
we can go ahead and address it here. I think, I mean, we all seen, we got some letters in and we had the one that was on there. Brenda, you had some comments there and I want to make sure that we brought it up into the board and the full board, where we're at. So if there's anything you'd like to say at this time?
No, my questions have been answered by the back and forth with that, because, it was stated at first that it was a contract, and I wanted to see the contract. Because in real estate and EMS, if you don't write it down, it didn't happen. So
Exactly.
you gotta have something to refer to. And then it came up that it was a lease. And a lease can be both ways, so when you guys said it was, the utilities were her responsibility. I still haven't seen the paperwork on it, but if you guys are saying that's the way it is, then that's the way it is.
So so she is in a lease with an option to buy after, if she so chooses within 5 years. So that she did not have, I mean, she hasn't showed us anything where she has made the option to purchase, so that's kind of where we
Yeah,
stood at.
that's where it all lies, is in the paperwork that she can produce.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you know,
Okay.
she's got nothing.
Anybody else got anything? I mean,
Have we heard from the owner at all?
No.
no,
All of them.
I think we rented it in Wyoming.
Yeah, it's from my digging, it was two gentlemen out of,
It's
state of
like
Wyoming.
68
and
properties in
they-
Delaware County now.
Over 60 properties here in this bit. Like I said, and
Like so
kind
far.
of back and forth, but the last time it sets
Remember the
vacant,
name. Out of
let
Wyoming.
it go delinquent, we lien it after it gets to the 60 days, and that was our last payment on it. And but we didn't even know it got paid, and we wouldn't until we got the check, but then we found out a tenant's trying to move in there. We called down there, the taxes were paid, and check's gonna be coming to us, so we uncapped it. 3 bills were sent, the last one being delinquency 10-day notice, and that's when the conversation started happening. Well, what are my options? Can we reach out to the hardship committee?
Mhm.
And, they didn't get anywhere. We pointed them in the direction of, trustees and whatnot, and, I think you guys saw the concerns was, kids, haven't been on secure employment yet, and my worry was being able to collect if we get on a payment plan, and what's our next step?
Mhm.
And I don't necessarily,
Well, and I think also it has to go with, maybe it's the wrong words, Pandora's box. I mean, you did a pretty good synopsis in there of 2017, 2016, when we were $100,000 in debt. New institutions were put in, they've proven to work. If you see the report on a monthly basis, the delinquency is down, the collections are way up. I don't see a reason to go in reverse. She was sent options, the notices that she never made contact or they never made contact, why they had the opportunity. So,
I suppose because I have a heart, it's obvious that the rest
I'll
of
have
you
a
guys
heart,
don't.
yeah.
I, I could make an option because she's not the one that was delinquent the first time to lower it back to the 100, but I would be a pay in full before we uncap it. So because the penalty is 200 for the second capping. But the second capping was not her second capping, it was, am I stating that right? Because if I'm wrong, then I don't wanna,
well, and here's the thing, for the sake of argument here, when we get a renter, we always put care of on the bill, and we still. So if that's something that we wanna look at, then maybe we need to have Danielle look at maybe adding that to the ordinance where it's
Yeah.
I just don't want it, but here's then on my side, we're chasing down what the
Right,
agreement
it's-
between that's my only worry too.
Yeah.
Chasing down between the landlord
Yeah,
and the
look,
lease, the renter.
well, if
and
you're
the-
telling me that
I-
this landlord's been twice, I get it, I get both sides.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I'm there. You know, I mean, if somebody made an argument against it, I'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm
My
not-
argument against it is, I've been doing this with you guys for I don't know how many years now, and this is the first time we've had this issue. I think what we've got is working,
Okay.
but I tend to be more of a pessimist than an optimist. So I don't like changing things that I think are going well for you guys. But it's also not my decision. I don't have a seat on this board, so I'll change whatever you
I'll
want me
say
to,
that
whether you want.
there's been situations where that hardship committee's done some good things and it's got people out of a pickle. It's just, I don't, for me giving you guys my kind of a recommendation, it just makes me nervous and I'm said to Penny, I don't know what we would do if she up and left tomorrow and she's still at $300. We're gonna go after
The owner is responsible for it
Right.
ultimately.
yeah, then like I'd said to Pete earlier, then we're going after the owner for something that we're ready to write off for the tenant because they didn't do. Then we're going after something for the owner on something the owner didn't do. So
Who's the owner? Do you remember the name?
it's Client Farms LLC.
Whoever Davey looked up on Friday, remember he said this guy's dead? That was me. Was it the other one? Yeah. God, that was crazy. I thought.
I'm not. I'm not
Hmm.
pushing. I mean, I threw it out there at least for discussion, but I don't know that
How's
I
that
feel
thrown
so.
down?
I don't feel.
My personal opinion is we don't know what's going on between she and the landlord. I mean, are her checks going to the landlord? Are they getting cashed? Is the landlord aware he's been getting the things? And so I think
Yeah.
that we're getting into what's going on with them when ultimately the landlord is responsible and this is his tenant.
Yeah.
So,
On our,
And we have so many that run together, and Penny, correct me if I'm wrong, if this is a different one. That I believe that she said that she wasn't even dealing with, other than the initial contract, that she hadn't been dealing with Client Farms. Is that correct, or is that a different house?
I don't think she knows.
Because we've asked her, can you get us contact, and that hasn't came back to us.
Yeah,
yeah, no,
that's strange. Well, it should show you right on the listing in the courthouse records how to contact them.
We have an address.
I will make the motion then that we hold firm.
we don't need a
second
motion.
that.
We don't need a
We
motion.
we're not changing anything.
All right.
We're staying, I don't need a motion if we're staying where we're at. We're just having a conversation about an email and something that was sent to us.
I'll
Unless
call
the
point
council
of
wants to
order
advise
and
me
we'll move
otherwise,
on.
we do not need that. Okay, anything else on that? Moving on. Ashley, Spotted Monkey? You were done, right? That was the last one.
How is everyone today?
Good.
Good. So I wanted to mention just a few stats from the report. One is that people from Google are spending an average of 4 minutes on your website. So that's a pretty big average session. And then you also have quite a few people. You had 239 visits last month going to your website direct. So those are a lot of people who are your customers that know your web address, that are going and probably paying their bill because that is the number one web page besides your homepage. We posted the board meeting videos, both of them for September. We shared those. We posted the minutes. Jason and I met and he gave me several updates and he sent me a couple photos of some, projects. So it was a good month of keeping things up to date, nothing super special or different. Are there any questions on anything?
What are they doing in those 4 minutes? Are they paying bills? Are they?
So the number one page is the bill page. My guess is a lot of people are probably leaving it up and they don't even realize that they've left the window open or something, which we like because from a search engine standpoint, that always helps. But I'm assuming that has to be it. I'm sure some might be watching the videos, but even with your direct traffic, they are spending an average of 3 minutes and 31 seconds on the site. So,
29 calls were made from the business profile.
yeah, so on Google,
I'm sorry, I jumped a little.
no, you're good. I have that too. So on Google, that's like on the map, you had 29 direct phone calls from that and 135 business profile interactions. So they might be clicking for directions. I would hope some of those might be some of those Ohio people that are confused about which Delaware County this is. But that could mean directions, that could mean phone calls, that could mean going to the website or clicking even the pictures on Google. So you always seem to have really good interaction on your Google presence as well. And then Facebook, we continued with the same, posting about the board meeting, posting when bills are due and the different board meeting videos, some pictures from Jason.
Yeah, the YouTube videos are getting hit too. What I'm seeing from 15 to 76 views.
Yeah, I think we're
Different
definitely
area,
starting
different areas, which ones they're going to.
to see an increase with those.
Numbers are still going up.
We just
Anybody-
want it to be easier on the office as well.
Hasn't made a difference. I mean, Penny and Jason, I mean, you guys see improvement. I mean, the numbers here look good. This looks like we're going in the right direction. It's getting more and more traction.
Yeah.
Is it solving some of the issues as far as billing and and directions and phone calls and stuff on you guys' staff? Okay. What have we done? All right.
And people like it when we're posting construction updates and project updates and everything else. I mean, because we've got obviously Overlook and Raritan coming up, and that's gonna be a great opportunity to.
Yeah, and
Share.
that's one of the things we talked about. I mean, some of the new purchases that we've done, some of the, lift station work that we've done, we kind of give updates on, like, the flow meter, it didn't hit yet, did it?
I don't think it's hit yet.
Yeah, so we were doing, some work over there right at the front of the outlet malls there in Delville, and we gave an update about that and kind of work what was being done, history of what kind of the, quick little synopsis what the lift station's for and the process of it and kind of, that, so I like that part of it better than Penny and Davey's taking a lot more phone calls than I am.
Okay.
Yeah,
So like when I started with you guys, I was getting wind of a lot more complaints about things like that. And very rarely does a complaint make its way to me now. I can think of one this year.
Part of that's because somebody's moved out of the neighborhood, right?
Not sure.
He said that out loud, didn't
He
he?
did, and
Yes,
I
he
think
did.
he thinks.
I
it's
didn't
on his
do
breath.
I didn't do
Yeah.
anything else.
No, there's no way. Go suck that one right back. No, I'm totally pleased. I think we've made the right investment here and we're headed in the right direction. It seems to be easing out. We're getting more communication to the county residents. That's what
Yeah,
we
that's what we
intended for
wanted
it
to do, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's the goal.
That was the goal, was to ease the burden, get more information out there. And I like you said, with the updates, with the new projects, Overlook, when we get Raritan going, getting that information out there, letting them know what's going on. That eliminates a lot of phone calls, saves you guys a lot of time.
Well, and I think it's so much better than trying to do the mailer crap.
Yeah.
I mean, just in my opinion,
Uh,
I get one of those
with
from
this
every
and-
political candidate and I'm trashing stuff right now, so it's.
Well, and we all know things are going, I mean, I can't tell you the last time I picked up a paper.
Yeah.
It's social media and it's on this or it's on my phone. I don't pick up a paper no more. I don't pick it up.
Nothing in there anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you,
You're right,
Ashley.
Brenda.
There's nothing
Um,
to do. Out of town news.
Commonwealth.
Jason stole most of my thunder.
he stole all my thunder.
You know what? We're gonna move you around because every time you get up, it's the same deal. Everybody stole your thunder, so we're gonna move you around.
Well, I
next
mean,
time.
ask
So
me
you can go to the
questions.
front, you can have the thunder and the rest of them will take. the
Well,
pieces.
I'll run the meeting. Yeah, like you said, he updated you on bidding for Overlook and where we're at in Raritan. Just waiting to hear back from our partners there to get that pre-con meeting scheduled. Other than that, we're kind of in that pattern until we get those through those meetings, so.
There's I did forget, there's 7 plan holders right now, or 6 or 7 plan holders for Overlook Drive. Yeah.
So will the intention be to award that at the next meeting?
Yeah.
Overlook
overlook, as long.
Yeah, they opened, the bids come in the 19th.
19th,
Yeah.
So we'll.
Ray will be handling that one. I mean, he had to slide out, but he'll be handling, I'll be out of town on the 18th. I'll be out.
We'll probably have a recommendation from Rob to, based on
Yeah.
financials and everything.
Well, I would
Let
advise
that
you take
forward.
them under consideration, you know, go to the attorney, take it to the next board meeting, let her review, make sure all the liabilities, everything's in place, and then make her, not recommendation, but which ones are valid and good, and then we can make our decision from there.
Part of that's Commonwealth's job too.
Yep.
Just saying.
Right, to run that down.
Rob's job.
Okay, Rob and Dan.
Reviewing them, you know that we're having issues.
Rob needs to review the numbers and make sure they're good.
Yes.
She needs to make sure the paperwork's in line so
Yep.
that we've got them if we enter into the agreement, okay? Anything else, sir?
Hope you guys got anything from me that you need?
Do we have any outstanding planning or reports that are due from Commonwealth? Do we have everything in our capital improvement project layout? What, are we short anything at this point?
No, I think that what would kind of go next to the committee reports, we said this last board meeting, with the closing coming up on the, tomorrow. I think the goal is within the next month that we really kind of hit the ground running, me and Penny do, to get that budget secured, and, I'll be having talks with the budget and finance committee and have something for you guys. It's probably gonna end up being late after we have some back and forth, but hopefully by the December meeting. And
So the only thing we got laying out, we've got the budget coming up. We've already made the agreement on the dental insurance and the
the
medical insurance.
medical and everything like that.
That's done. We've got that taken care of, so all we gotta finish up is the budget, correct?
Yep.
Mike, right?
Yep.
Okay. Anybody got anything else at this time? Thanks. Any board member have anything that needs to go for this board today? Public, Chase, you got anything, sir? You're the only other one out there, so I'm sorry I didn't do it, but if you got something, it's your turn.
No, nothing at this time. Thank
All right. Seeing no other business at this time, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
First,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Uh,
Aye, opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.